Good evening, everybody. Thank you for joining. So we'll just start so don't keep Jordan waiting for long while others join us for the meeting. People that like Nigerian time can't just avoid Nigerian time in this country. We should change, please. So Jordan Nwachukwu is a video marketing coach. Is one of the person that I've always wanted to I'm not that I always pick his brain. Anytime we're having phone conversations like this, I always listen. Because that he's always dropping diamonds, always dropping gold, and like he's someone that I was always telling you that hope you have your notepad ready and you have all your questions ready because I am so sure that you would learn something and you would unlearn something and relearn something today. It's going to be a powerful session today. So, Mr. Jordan, please, you have the floor now. Just do your magic, and then, yeah, thank you for accepting to be a participant for today.
Yeah, thank you. Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you very well.
Okay, awesome. Thanks. The business owner or as someone who just wants to get it out the wall. So that's why I want to take you guys on a little bit small journey, nothing too fancy. Before we jump in, let's do a little survey or journey into the past, right? The year is 2020. Okay, it started a little bit earlier, maybe December 2019, right? But in 2020, something called a black swan event happened on this planet. Typically, black swan, I don't know if you guys are familiar with the term a black swan event, but a black swan event is an event that has such a low probability that it is almost impossible to predict or foresee. In other words, it's something that happens out of the blue, right? You're not expecting it. All the experts, all the people checking trends, the world economic experts, nobody had an idea that 2020 was going to change our lives forever. And it did. What happened? The COVID came. Oh, Mike says 1 in a 6 billion lifetime, exactly. So that is not, those kind of events are not governed by probability. You can't predict it, right? 2019 was fine. We're all just going through. And then by December, we had some rumors coming out from China. And by 2020, by April, May, the entire world, not just Nigeria, not just Africa, not just the US, the entire world was in a full lockdown. That's never happened before. Okay, something similar had happened, but not at the scale that it did in 2020. So experts labeled that the black swan effect, and it had very far-reaching effects. It affected everything, and that's the genesis of our story, our talk today, right? I'm just going to share a couple of things that happened beyond the things that we directly experienced: the lockdown, the inability to travel, being stuck at home and not going out, not able to visit your friends and family. All of these things also had very far-reaching implications on technology, on the online world, on social video consumption. Something as simple as Zoom. If you remember, for those of us who are maybe tech or familiar with tech, Zoom became a unicorn during COVID. Zoom, that's the software we use for the popular software that people use for online video, and meetings and all that. Before COVID, Zoom was just it was pretty okay, just there, nothing too fantastic. But it was just one of the many competitors in that field, right? So there was Zoom, there's Google Meet that we're using now, and a couple of other ones. But immediately COVID hit, and first of all, businesses started crashing because, of course, businesses that were dependent on people moving around, tourism businesses, hospitality businesses like hotels, flights and airlines, restaurants, businesses were collapsing left, right, and center. It was a nightmare. A lot of people went bankrupt, people committed suicide. It was crazy. Of course, you know what happened in Nigeria. It was crazy. People were going hungry. The banks were closed. People who were hustling couldn't get their daily bread. Armed robbery increased, crime spike. It was wild. And then in the middle of all this, everybody's fighting to stay alive and protect themselves from this brand new disease called COVID that was killing people left, right, and center. But in the middle of all this bad news, Zoom woke up one morning and announced that they have hit the Guinea, or they become the streaming software am I going to use. For some weird reason, I don't know why Zoom just seemed to be where people gravitated to. But boom, that was it. Then their number of users took a direct astronomical jump. And of course, their shares followed. They did an IPO a little bit after that, and then they made the Zoom CEO overnight became a billionaire. He just woke up the next morning after the IPO, they announced the result, and was a billionaire. The amount of stocks he owned in the company made him a billionaire. It was crazy. And while all this was happening, guess what? People who were stuck at home, besides Zoom now, Zoom is like the work for those who are working and doing their 9 to 5 and who had to now do this online. What of the rest of the people, everybody else who was now stuck in the house? Now for the first time, you couldn't leave your house. So what happened? People had to find something to do. People had to find some way to entertain themselves and fill the void that would have been filled by visits, that would have been filled by hanging out, going out to the bar, the club, the restaurant, having the friends hang out. You couldn't do that anymore. So people had to find something that they could access online. And that's how our time spent online jumped. In fact, I think it jumped about, from the research that was done, it jumped about 25%. That's total time spent online. And video consumption jumped by 43%. In other words, before COVID and the lockdowns, people were busy, right? So very few people had time to sit through and watching video. They were watching video, they were consuming it, but not just like in their spare time, their downtime, maybe on their commute, on their way to work, maybe during the lunch break, pop in there, check out the video, watch 1 or 2 videos on maybe Facebook, blah 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 and all that, and then move on. But now you had a lot of time in your hand. So what people do? They sat down, opened up their phone, and then they started watching videos online. Now, they needed entertainment, and that's where this weird company called TikTok comes into play. Now, TikTok is a short-form social video platform owned by ByteDance. ByteDance is a Chinese company. They have a Chinese version of TikTok called Douyin that is older than TikTok itself. The TikTok that we know today, the company actually bought another company, and assimilated them, then slowly changed the name into TikTok. The old company was called Musical.ly. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that company, but Musical.ly was a lot of kids are having fun on it, doing like all these mimes and lip syncing and dance videos and all that. So they had quite a large group of users who were already on it. And Douyin or ByteDance wanted to break into the US market and the international market essentially, because Douyin, the Chinese version of the app, was primarily for Chinese people. So instead of starting from scratch to get some traction, they basically made an offer for Musical.ly, and they bought Musical.ly, and then they merged the user base and then changed the name to TikTok. So TikTok came on the scene, and that's where everybody went, because people wanted entertainment. They wanted funny videos, they wanted something to amuse them, They wanted something to excite them, wanted to learn something new. And they wanted to learn it in a very specific way. Remember, before TikTok came on the scene, there were already social media platforms that handled video. Instagram, people watch videos on Instagram, right? That was YouTube. YouTube was long form video, but for more serious users. So if I wanted to learn something, a tutorial, or I wanted to learn a new skill, YouTube was the go-to place. And of course, YouTube's consumption also jumped in that period, right? And just on the heels of that, people also started creating more tons and tons of online courses, because now schools and universities couldn't physically congregate anymore. So everything moved online. And the lesson I'm going to share with you guys about this failure and the success applies directly to us as individuals. TikTok did something that Vine couldn't figure out. They figured out a way to make money. Vine shut down because they couldn't monetize. In other words, they ran out of money. So it was a free service. People could create videos on the platform and share it with other people on the platform. But there was no way to monetize the platform. And as a result, the top creators on Vine, remember that most of these social platforms, especially when they're new, their growth is driven by influencers. So if your favorite person, for example, was on Vine, let's say I love The Rock, right? And then The Rock opens a Vine account. Of course, all of The Rock's fans will go and download Vine so they can listen to The Rock. So similar to that, there were this group of influencers who were very heavy on Vine. And at some point, YouTube, don't forget YouTube on this side, had already existed and was paying people, especially paying people to, through AdSense and all of these other technologies. So people are getting some kind of compensation for creating content, but they were not getting any for creating on Vine. So people started complaining, these influencers started complaining, and tried to get Twitter, the new owner of Vine, to compensate them, to find a way to, so they had a meeting, and in the meeting, the influencers made a demand and said they should pay them $1 million each. I think there were about 20 top influencers that were invited when that meeting happened, and they should pay them $1 million each, right? To continue to create content for over a year, to make 2 pieces of content every week for a year, something like that. That was the deal. And Twitter said, we can't pay that money because we're not even making money from the platform itself. So, they rejected the offer. And when that happened, that was the most disastrous thing that happened. Those influencers left. They shut down their Vine accounts and left. And the interesting thing with viral networks is that once the people who are creating content, most of the people who are watching are consumers, but there will be a small section or a small portion of the demographic on that platform that creates the content. They make videos. If they don't make those videos or the videos are not interesting enough, those people who are watching it will also leave. So the moment the influencers left, other people dropped off, and it wasn't long, the platform died. Now TikTok is on the scene, and people are jumping on TikTok and watching viral videos left and right, watching dance, watching lip sync in the middle of this pandemic. And the growth just catapulted. In fact, at that point, people were wondering, why is this app growing so fast? We didn't even know it was going to grow to the point where it has grown to today. Today, TikTok is the #1 most downloaded app on the Apple Play Store, and that is huge. That is crazy any way you think about it. The #1, as in the #1. Back then, during the pandemic, people were logging in and checking out these videos as a form of entertainment, but they weren't really participating. It was like, this app is for young children, 13, 15-year-old, who are making all these funny lip sync videos. It hadn't matured, it was still coming up. So it was mostly musical. People were doing lip syncs, people were doing choreographed dances, and then small skits, comedy skits and all that. There wasn't really a lot of business presence on it. But remember, I told you, ByteDance, the company that owns TikTok, already had an app that they had launched for many years in the Chinese market called Doing, and they had run a lot of experiments on that app. So everything that they were doing on TikTok, they had already practiced. They had already practiced. So they were not testing new waters. They were just rolling out a proven playbook. And what was that proven playbook? Make videos short. In other words, crash the limitation of videos from Instagram. Then used to be 6 seconds. Of course, YouTube, there's no limit. They said no. If you're going to create a video on this platform, it must be 15 seconds. And then they removed all the Bobo clutter that existed in other apps and just made a single stream, content stream, called the For You page. Now that For You page, if you open up your TikTok app, the moment you open up the app, boom, it just serves you a video. Now, the brilliance of this system I'm explaining to you, there is a hidden gem inside that you guys can take away from. What you want to do as a content creator, doesn't matter what area it is you are, what niche it is or what industry it is you're in. Your goal is you want to be able to create videos that, number one, people watch. If nobody watches a video, you're dead. So if you created, for example, the video ad, whether you paid money to make that video or you paid money to promote the video, if nobody watches it, it's dead on arrival. It means all the money you invested into that particular venture is dead. So you want to figure out a way to quickly find out what people want to watch and then serve it to them. And this is the genius of TikTok. If you come on TikTok, on the platform, even without creating a brand new account, you can try this on your phone. Take your phone, if you already have a TikTok account, log out from that account and just open up the TikTok app itself. It doesn't care, it's going to start giving you videos. And what it is doing in the back end is it is checking, the algorithm is checking how long you left that video to play. The videos are autoplay. So once it starts up, it starts to play. So the algorithm is checking for 3 things. Did you watch the video? If you watched the video, did you re-watch the video? In other words, it's 15 seconds. So when you finish playing, did you play it again? If you watch it partially, at what point in that video did you drop off? In other words, was it at the third second mark? At the fifth, did you watch up to the 5th second? Did you watch up to 10 seconds? At what point did you lose interest? The video that you're watching, what is it about? If you didn't watch the video, how quickly did you swipe away to the next video? And that algorithm instantly starts learning about you. So this is an experiment you can try. If you open up the app and the first video you saw, for example, was maybe a food video, and the moment the video started, you swipe it away. You are telling the algorithm, or the algorithm is learning that you're not interested in food videos. It might try again to bring up another food video, maybe another niche or something, and serve it to you, and you swipe it away again, which means you're not interested in food videos. It will minimize the number of food videos it has queued up for you and try and serve you something else in another niche or covering another subject. And if it does this, by the time you've done about 10 to 20 swipes on that TikTok stream, the algorithm has a fairly good sense of what it is that you like and what it is that will entertain. This thing I just explained to you is a simple success of TikTok. That's it. And it's not just TikTok's success, it's also your own success secret. Today's video world requires us to produce not just quality but quantity. In other words, you can't make, if you're promoting your business or you want to send out a message that you want to reach a lot of people, you can't just make one video and say, okay, I made a video and I posted it and nobody watched it. No, that's not how you win in today's world. That used to work before when videos used to be on TV alone, right? Before they moved on the internet. In today's world, you need to test. You need to produce quantity as well as quality. So what that means is, where you used to produce one video, now you need to create variations of the video. You can either vary and make 4 to 5 videos. What are you doing? You're doing the same thing that TikTok used to find success, which is you're going to put them in front of your audience and you're going to figure out which one they like, which one do they prefer, which one entertains them, which one holds their attention. It might not be all of them. If you made 5 videos, it might be the first 2. Those 2 are your winners. Like I explained, I do video marketing for a living. And these things I'm explaining to you are things we figured out a long time ago. For the successful brands, they do not, I repeat, they do not create video content and make one piece of it. You will fail. You will fail woefully. If you succeed, it will be because you are lucky. But you cannot run a campaign, a video ad campaign, for example, with one video. You must create multiple variations. You must serve those variations to your audiences, and then you must listen for feedback and use that feedback to iterate what you're doing. And this is the secret of TikTok. Now, the second secret that TikTok figured out was monetization. Monetization. They found a way. Remember, doing the Chinese version of TikTok, they already integrated in the back end a lot of shopping features. And they found out that the shopping features, people loved to shop on TikTok or doing. And now they started rolling out those same features to TikTok. Slowly, if you've been paying attention, if you're in the digital marketing world, you will see new industries being created by TikTok alone. By this time last year, almost nobody knew what UGC was. UGC is short for user-generated content. Today, user-generated content is an entire industry, paying out millions of dollars to people, freelancers, anybody anywhere in the world can become a UGC creator. What is UGC? Short video, a 15-second, 30-second video, promoting a product or showing you using a product. Brands and companies today, as I'm talking to you, are looking for people all over the world who they can hire, send them their products, and those creators will make short videos, 15, 30, 20-second videos for them, thousands of videos, and then they'll use those same videos to run promotions on TikTok, on Reels and Instagram, and make billions of dollars. These industries were created by TikTok, by this same phenomena I've been explaining here. So what I'm trying to bring across to you is social video has evolved. We live in a new age. We live in an age, what I'll call it a 3-second world. And there has been a huge impact on the attention of people, attention spans. You know, I don't know if you guys have heard before where people say the attention span of people is now between 8 seconds and I don't know what the lower limit is, you know. Even though it's not accurate, but what they're trying to pass across is that people easily get distracted. And it's not their fault, it's how our brains are designed. Our brains are pattern recognition devices. In other words, as we're looking around and observing and receiving input from our environment, we're looking for patterns, recognize patterns. Once we see a pattern, that pattern fades into the background. But if something changes, something snaps or looks different, like you're looking at grass and then you suddenly something moves in the grass, what do? You jump up, startle. It's a reflex. It's not because you wanted to do that. is your brain. Your brain learns to figure out what it is that changes. So we get bored easily as a result of these mechanisms in our head, which is why TikTok is perfect. Why? If I'm bored with a video, I just swipe it away. And before I swipe 2 or 3 times, I'm going to find a video I like. So there's a huge variety of content available. But the end result is that you are now training people. People are now being trained by these social platforms and algorithms to consume micro content or nano content, not long form content. I'm not saying that those content are not important, but when you're trying to reach new customers, new users, new clients, your best bet is not long form content. That won't work. What you can offer at first is get the person to become committed at a micro level. We call that micro commitments. So before I ask you to invest time, I don't know who you are. You also don't know who I am. But I'm a business and I'm trying to sign you up. I'm trying to reach you and get you as a new client. I can't just come out of the blues and ask you, please come and watch my 1 hour YouTube video. I might not be interested. I probably won't be interested. That's a huge commitment to ask of me the first time you're seeing me. But I can ask you to watch a 15-second video. Right? I can ask you to, hey, look at this 15-second video. It's entertaining, or it's valuable, or it's informative. If you like it, then come check out maybe my Instagram, or come check out more videos on my YouTube channel. And if you look around you, that is the world we live in today. So your outreaches, when you're running your advertising campaigns, when you're trying to acquire new customers at scale, the best bet for you is you create quality and quantity in nano or micro videos, small short form content all over the place, and spread them far and wide. And then from those small assets, you can now link to other assets that you own, maybe your website, maybe your YouTube channel, and then people can gently trust you as they pass through those funnels and then consume your bigger content. So typically today, someone will have to consume your 10-15 second video before they become interested enough in you to want to come and check out whatever else you have to offer. So if you are not doing that today, you will fail. What happened to Vine is going to happen to your business or your. So we don't have a lot of choice in the matter. It's just the way the world is today. So if you sit down and say, I'm going to just make that one video. Once I make it, I'm tired. I just make only one and put it out there. And then what if you put it out there and your audience, it doesn't resonate with them? What happens? You go home, they go home, and who loses? You do. And it doesn't matter if what it is you have to offer is the best thing since sliced bread. You might have the best products, you might have the best services, but that's not how the market works. The market goes to the person who got their attention. The market is attention driven. Now, if you scale back out and take a look at what other social platforms are doing after TikTok came on the scene, you will see and understand that these guys have figured it out already. The moment TikTok started succeeding, what did Facebook do? They left everything they were doing and they launched something called Reels. Who are they copying? TikTok. Because of course, I'm sure they looked at the numbers and saw that TikTok was cannibalizing their user base. And people were driving, leaving. Facebook is the OG. They've been around for a long time. So they're looking at the numbers and they're noticing that young people are leaving and going to TikTok. They're asking, why? What are they doing in TikTok that we're not doing here? Boom. And they launched Reels and then drove all the attention to Reels. And for those of you who are in digital marketing, you will also notice that when they were launching Reels, they didn't forget monetization. 30 years since 2000 and I think Reels was launched. I can't remember the particular day. I think for the last 2 or 3 years, they've set apart $2 billion. Facebook set apart $2 billion to compensate creators on those platforms, because everybody has learned now. Nobody's making that mistake that Vine made. So once you launch a new platform and you want traction on that platform, you must figure out a way to incentivize creators. It is the creators' content that will bring in the first batch of users. So they set out 2 billion every year. They call it the Creators Fund, Reels Creator Fund. And they will tell you, I don't know if they're still doing it now, but earlier this year, last year, they will do challenges. They'll tell you, if you go live, you'll get paid some amount of money. They'll credit it to maybe $50. If you go live for about 1 hour, something like that, if you post this one, if you do this one. Why? They are literally paying people to use the platforms so that they can get some traction. And you would think it's only Facebook. Of course not. YouTube, the king of long form video, the second largest search engine in the world. They were also looking at TikTok and saw huge demographic migration that was happening. People were shifting and they were asking themselves, if we sit down here, these guys are going to tear our business apart, because all these platforms are dependent on users, right? If all the people who are on Facebook leave Facebook, there won't be anybody to advertise to. If there's nobody to advertise to, advertisers will stop paying Facebook, and Facebook's business model will collapse. Same thing happens on YouTube. Those videos you watch for free on YouTube are free because advertisers are paying Google to put their adverts on the videos. So that's the reason you can go to YouTube and watch a video completely free. It's not actually free. Someone is paying for it. So if people leave YouTube and stop watching videos on YouTube, advertisers will stop paying Google to advertise on YouTube, and Google's business model will collapse. So everything is dependent on users. The moment they saw that people were rushing out to and Facebook had launched Reels, what did YouTube do? They created their own TikTok clone and they called it YouTube Shorts. They also put money there to make sure that it is monetized. Right now, people are launching YouTube Shorts, as in they can launch an entire YouTube channel just dedicated to YouTube Shorts. What's the same formula that TikTok has perfected? 15-second to 30-second videos, short, punchy. If you don't like this one, just swipe away to the next one. Before you swipe once or 5 times, you find a video that you enjoy. So that's a wake-up call. That tells us the world has changed. Alright? What you used to do before may not work anymore. How you used to acquire customers before may not work anymore. Business brands are the fastest growing on all these micro or nano platforms. That's what I call them. So that's where nano branding comes in. Branding in itself, the word we call branding, right? It came from, it literally means to burn a mark, right? To burn a mark onto, maybe that mark can be a seal or something to identify something. So you burn it into something that you own or something that you control. That's basically what branding. So they used to do it on the body of cows. So those who own cows, how you differentiated your cow from your neighbor's cow is you made a brand, right? Put your logo or something on that, put it inside the fire, and then burn the bum of the cow or something, and then burn your mark into it. That's where we got the word branding from. But today, in today's world, what is branding? It's the same thing. But now, instead of burning your mark on a cow or a body, you are burning your mark in people's minds. Right? That's what you're doing. So if you're creating a business or something, whatever it is, maybe you want to sell a service, what you're doing when you're trying to brand is there are competitors. You want a way to differentiate yourself. That's what branding is. So you want to burn a mark. You want to put a mark on your video, a mark on your services, a mark on your product, a mark in people's minds. So that when they see your product and services, they say, this particular one is different. Oh, there are 5 brands of milk, but I like Peak. You'll be able to make those choices if there wasn't something called branding. Right? So that's what branding is. So as a business owner, you're trying to create a brand. You want to put your mark, you want to burn it into the hearts of people, so that when they go out there and they see a product that you put out, they will associate it with quality, they'll associate it with speed, with flexibility, and prefer it. So today, nano branding is essentially what you're doing. You're using video content, this short form piece of video content, to burn a mark in people's minds and consciousness. You want to use it to get people's attention, and then take that attention and monetize it. So you today, brands goes on TikTok. This is a small. You hear people going viral all the time on TikTok. Anybody can go viral on TikTok. For very weird reasons. But the smart ones, not all of them are smart, but the smart ones, they figure out how to turn that virality into money. You could be selling a product, you could be promoting another person's product, which is called affiliate. I think I had one of you mention I am affiliate manager. So the moment they create a video and the video goes viral and gets 1 million views, they put a link in the bio. At least a portion of those 1 million people are going to click on that link and go check out what it is that you have to offer. Maybe you're selling a program, maybe you're selling a course, maybe you have a service that you offer. Maybe 300 people will click on the link out of the 1 million people, right? And check out the product. Maybe out of the 300, maybe 50 of them will buy, or 100 of them will buy. Now you've just done the full circle. You've taken them from that small short video, you got their attention, and then you pointed our attention to the product or service that you're offering, and then you cashed out. And that's what we should be actively doing in today's world. Figure out the platforms, understand them. You can't go in depth into all the platforms, but I'm just going to give you guys a few tips, right? When you figure out the platforms, every platform has a language. Facebook has a language. Instagram is owned by Facebook, but it also has a different language. It's nuanced. The way people behave on the two apps are slightly different, even if it's the same person. So like you might have a Facebook account, might have an Instagram account, but the way you behave on the two apps are different. The way you interact with businesses on the two apps are different. Maybe even what you use the apps for are different. A lot of people use Facebook to connect with friends and family and old friends. But when you want to jive with your guys, your day-to-day, day one niggas, maybe that happens on Instagram. Right? So you're on Instagram, you follow their stories. Very few people follow celebrities on Facebook. But on Instagram, that's where you're sure. You see celebrity gossip. You follow what are these blogs, to see what the latest celebrities are up to. So you see the behaviors are different. So when you're creating content for these platforms, you must figure that into your content creation. Don't make one piece of content. This is a mistake a lot of people make a lot of time. They make one piece of content and they post it on the 3 places. Boom, boom, boom. That's lazy man's job. Just put it on Facebook, post it on Instagram, post it on YouTube, post it on TikTok. No, you will fail. That's not how it works. You must figure out the platform, and then you must make your content native to that platform. So if the platform has quirks or peculiarities, you adjust when you're on that platform. A typical TikTok video does not look like an Instagram video. You can open it and check. Because there are some constraints that TikTok brings to the table. Many TikTok videos are point of view videos. Point of view means someone is holding the phone in their hand and then they are, pointing it at whatever it is they're looking at. So you see their hands moving, you see their legs moving. It's normal, it's standard issue on TikTok. So people expect it. But maybe they don't expect it so much on Facebook and other platforms. So when you're making content for those platforms, you put these insights into your content creation process. How do TikTok videos look? TikTok videos are music driven. Music is a very important part of TikTok. Very important. And not just the music that you're playing in the video, the music that comes from the platform itself. The trends. So if you're going to put a video there, make sure that you attach the appropriate song from the platform itself. You don't even have to play it loud. You can reduce the volume. But the fact that that platform is there, from tests that I've done over and over and over again, virality on those platforms, like I said, is driven by music. So it's not just the video itself, the video combined with the music. Whether the music is audible or not. Now, these are advanced hacks I'm explaining to you. So like when you select a song on TikTok, for example, and then you're playing your video, right? You'll be hearing that song playing out. But you don't have to increase the volume of that song. You can, when you select that song, let's say I wanted that song, I want to take advantage of that trending song. I can create my video. My video already has its own music or soundtrack or whatever. But when I put it on TikTok, because I understand that the platform is driven by music, I'm going to add a trending song to the video. But I'm going to reduce the volume of that song to the minimum. So the sound won't play at all. But the algorithm and the platform will promote my video as if the sound was audible. Because discovery on the platform is also driven by music. When people tap on the music clip, they will see all the videos that were created using that music clip. That's how people discover new videos. So you don't just take a video and dump it there. It's not going to perform. YouTube Shorts, same thing. What kind of things are people putting on YouTube Shorts? So if you also, these are not options you can make. When you get on YouTube and take a look at it, you see those shorts, the small videos are playing about 15 seconds. Now go check them out. You will notice, here's what you notice. Those that understand how YouTube works, they know that for discovery, the algorithm for discovery, there are some factors that it weighs, right? It wants to know if your video got attention. In other words, did anybody even click on it, right? The second thing you want to know is retention. In other words, how long did they watch the video before they drop off? Most times, people don't watch videos to the end. That's normal in the world of video content. But you want them to watch as long as possible. And based on how much of the length of the video is consumed, YouTube will decide whether that video is worth recommending to other people. So when you go on YouTube, for example, and you finish watching a video, you see a list of recommended videos on the right hand side, a small column of videos. All those videos didn't get there by mistake. They were put there specifically by the algorithm because they performed well in all of the indices that it measures. So they had high retention rates. In other words, a lot of people clicked on them, one, and then a lot of people also watched a significant portion of those videos. So YouTube just considers, okay, so if so and so number of people enjoy this video, maybe you will like it, and then they serve it to you as a recommendation. All right. Now, the best performing recommended video average at about between 10 and 20 minutes. But YouTube allows you to put videos up to 1 hour, 2 hours, 6 hours. sometimes 10. But you can do a live stream on YouTube for a 2-day event or something, and it will accept the video. But will that video perform well on the platform's algorithm? No. So how do you optimize that video using what we've learned here today? I'm going to make 2 versions of that video. So there'll be the full main video. So let me use the example of a church service. Typical church services could last, I don't know, maybe 3 to 4 hours, right? Or longer. Now, if you're streaming, you stream that entire service to the platform, right? So once you're done streaming, it saves as a complete video on the platform. But for this, in terms of discoverability, that video will not perform very well. Just be titled, maybe the title of the service for that day, or maybe the date of the service, maybe breakthrough service, Sunday, blah blah blah. You know how church videos are titled? Maybe the sermon title. Boom, that's it. But that video will hardly be recommended by the algorithm. Now, what you want to do to optimize that video content is you have an editor, go into that full video, cut out shorter versions of the video, right? So maybe 10-minute portions, 7-minute portions, a small short video from different parts of the video where maybe the speaker is addressing different subjects, right? And then you label those subjects, you label those individual videos in line with the subject, right? In a way that it becomes relevant to someone's problem or someone's predicaments, right? So for example, let's say it was a single service, right? And then the pastor was talking about people who are single. And then in a particular place, maybe he talked about maybe questions you should ask before dating, something like that. So he mentioned that in the service. Now what you do is you cut out that small part, maybe a small portion of it, 5 minutes or 7 minutes section, and then you re-upload it on the same YouTube platform, right? So the main video is sitting somewhere. You upload this this cut out video that is addressing just the questions you have about dating, and then you change the title and call it something like 5 questions you must ask before dating, and then you re-upload it on the platform. And then in your caption you say, to watch the full video, click this link, and then you put the link to the full service, and then you upload your new video. Then if you want to go one step further, you now come to YouTube Shorts, and you can even take out a small portion, again maybe 15 seconds or 20 seconds, of the most interesting part of that clip that I just uploaded. Add some graphics and text, because now, like I said, you must understand the platforms. Every platform has its language. You see all these nano platforms I mentioned, YouTube Shorts, Instagram Reels, Snapchat, TikTok, they work very well with on-screen text or captions. They are very critical to the performance of the video. So you always see on these videos people putting captions. Maybe if you are talking, you have captions, explaining what they are saying, or graphics, small short graphics emphasizing particular points that you are making in the video. That's the language of the platform. So this one clip that you're going to upload on YouTube, this 15-second or 20-second clip that you upload on YouTube Shorts, you will design it the same way. Add some captions, put some graphics, and then upload it on YouTube Shorts. Now you've completed all the requirements to drive traffic to your full 4-hour video. You have a piece of nano content sitting on YouTube Shorts, which will be shown to a wide variety of people. So it has a better chance of showing up in someone's feed who is swiping. They'll see it, wow. They'll be like, oh, I enjoyed this clip. And then they'll check your captions. And there's a link there to either your main video or whatever, or they go straight to your channel. If they enjoy that clip, what have you done? You've captured their attention, you pulled them out from whatever it is they are doing, and now you've redirected their attention to where you want to send it. And that is how we win in today's world. You understand the platforms, you understand how to create and tailor content for those platforms. For those of you in digital marketing, or those of you who are content creators or want to think about using videos, we now live in an age of hooks. You'll be hearing everybody saying hook, TikTok hook, 10 hooks to get your video seen, blah blah blah, hooks. I wrote a book, an ebook on this about 3 years ago, or 3 years ago, thereabout, called Attention Hacks. Back then, it wasn't this popular yet, but I figured out back then that a piece of content fails, particularly video content, fails in the first 3 seconds. Whatever you put in the 3 seconds, in the first 3 seconds of that video, will determine whether the video succeeds or fails. That point or that small portion is now what we call today the hook. So that ebook was called Attention Hacking, and it showed how you can use about, I think, 6 different psychological hacks to create those hooks. So any piece of content you're creating, you must understand that the first job of that content piece is to attract attention. If it fails in that job, it doesn't matter if the content is containing the solution to cancer. Just think about that for a second. The content, the actual content of your video, let's imagine that theoretically someone just discovered the cure of cancer, and maybe before he died or something, he said, I'm going to record a video and tell you the cure of this cancer. Then he put up a video and he recorded and he spilled all the secrets in that video. But in the first few seconds of the video, the first 3 to 5, 10 seconds, maybe they were the most boring 5 seconds of any video. Maybe it wasn't properly labeled. It had a terrible headline. Guess what? Nobody's going to watch it. The video will be there. It's going to be on the platform, but nobody will watch it. A couple of people might stumble on it by mistake. I'm sure. I don't know if you've experienced this before. Have you gone online, maybe on YouTube or something, but mistakenly stumbled on a really great video, maybe a video that changed your life, and you're sitting there in shock, asking yourself, my God, you mean there's a video like this online? And then you look at the number of views on the video, and it tells you 300 views. And you're asking yourself, I don't understand. How can this incredible video only have 300 views? This video that just changed my life. More people should see this video. But guess what? Whoever uploaded the video, even though the video contained life-changing information, the person didn't play by the rules of the game. Because the rules of the game is the content will not sell itself. The content will be sold by its hook. Those first 3 seconds of the video will determine whether your video fails or not. And this applies not just to video content, it applies to your Facebook posts, it applies to your articles, your bulletins, whatever kind of content, written, video, audio. The first thing people, so imagine, many of you, all of you have watched videos on YouTube, right? You know YouTube shows you an ad in the first 5 seconds, and then after 5 seconds it allows you to skip, right? Now in those first 5 seconds, typically what do you do if the ad is not interesting? So YouTube essentially force you to watch the first 5 seconds of the ad. Now let me ask an interesting question. How many ads have you stumbled upon on YouTube that you allowed to continue playing after 5 seconds? Let me know in the chat. How many ads have you seen on YouTube? You saw that ad and then you left it to continue playing after 5 seconds. I'm sure it's very few. Exactly. I'm sure it's very few. You know why? The person who created that ad failed. Because in their own case, if you create an ad, YouTube is guaranteeing you that we will make sure that the viewer watches at least 5 seconds of the video. So your own job is simple. Make that 5 seconds interesting enough to make the person want to continue watching. But do they do it? No. So you see the first 5 seconds and the person is busy. Let me give you a terrible example. So imagine I'm spending money to promote that video on YouTube. I'm paying YouTube thousands of dollars to help me promote that video. YouTube tells me, oh, don't worry, relax, we got you, right? We're going to make sure that everybody will show this video. We're going to force them to watch the first 5 seconds. So make your 5 seconds tight, okay? And then you that's creating the video, when you start the video, so imagine that this is the video now. So the video starts playing. Hi guys, my name is Nwachukwu, and I'm a video marketing coach. I own your 5 seconds is gone. That's not what people want to. So nobody's going to sit through a boring introduction. They don't know who you are and they don't care. So what should they have done instead of doing that? Hit the problem on the head. So instead of saying, hi, my name is, introductions can come later. What problem do you want to solve for them? So if, for example, they're struggling with videos or they don't know how to make videos, I'll be like, hi, if you're struggling to create videos that get attention on YouTube, just like this one, I want to show you in this video how to make videos that will hook your viewers and make sure that they watch it. Now, I can say that, I can fit that in 5 seconds. If the person is sitting down waiting for, the person came to come and watch another video. The person didn't come to watch you. The person came to watch, I don't know, maybe Taoma and the Comedy Center or something like that. So they typed in, they found the video, they clicked play, and they're waiting for this video to start. And boom, YouTube will carry their wahala and come and put one ad in front of them. And the person is sitting there waiting patiently for 5 seconds so they can click skip ad. And they have this problem I just described. Or maybe they're sick, or they know someone who's sick. And I said, hi, if you're struggling with high blood pressure, this simple fruit or this simple recipe will help you reduce it in just 2 or 3 days. The person is struggling with high blood pressure, what are they going to do? They will forget the tawoma, they will leave the ad to finish playing and hear you out. What I'm trying to bring across to you guys this evening is that doesn't just happen for ads, it happens for every piece of video content that you will ever create. People are going to judge you on the first 3 to 5 seconds. They are going to decide whether they should invest 1 minute on the rest of the video based on what they watch in the first 3 to 5 seconds. Now, I don't even know if they start to 3 seconds anymore because TikTok has made everything worse. Think about it. How many seconds do you, if you're on TikTok, if you've ever been on TikTok and you saw a video you didn't like, how many seconds did it register in your brain before you strike it away? It might not be up to 3 seconds. Maybe the first 1 second or 2 seconds. The moment you just saw the first few frames, your brain just tell you this video won't be impressive. You swipe it away. And all your videos can be swiped away. You know why? They live on social platforms. They're on YouTube. If I don't like it, I just click another video recommended and you are gone. They live on Facebook. If I don't like it, I just swipe up, watch the next video. They're on Instagram. If I don't like it, I swipe up and watch the next video. They're on TikTok. If I don't like it, I swipe up and watch the next video. So if you want to deliver yourself from I don't know what I call it now, the prison of being swiped away, you need to understand very important things that we've shared today. First of all, the world has changed. We now live in the era of nano branding, which means that people are more predisposed, particularly strangers, are more predisposed to consume shorter pieces of video content before they can decide to commit their time to you, your business, or your brand. So if you're a business or a brand and you plan on using videos, to reach people, you must figure out a way to invest in creating short form video on whatever platforms it is of your choice, whether you choose to go with YouTube Shorts or TikTok or Instagram Reels. While you're creating your regular videos, create budget or create content for those mini, micro, nano platforms. And when you're making the content for them, don't just grab a video from here and repost it there. It will not work, I guarantee you. Figure out what the platform is, figure out the language of that platform, and tailor your video for the platform. And if you do these things, you're going to have a high rate of success. You guys are here today. I don't know if you've had stuff along these lines before, but now that you've had it, you have an advantage over those who don't. So there will still be people who are competing with you who have no idea how the platforms work. There are people who are competing with you who don't understand that people's attention spans, that people are now less tolerant. That's the word. You must learn how to respect people's attention. There are still people who have competitors who will be creating videos where they don't respect people's attention. If someone gives them 30 seconds of their time, they squander it. They spend it on nonsense, on frivolous stuff. They spend it introducing themselves when they should be hitting the nail on the head and talking about the problems that you can help these people solve. And if you keep doing that and squandering all the attention, when they take it away, they will never give it back to you. But if they give you 3 seconds of their time and you used it well and you give them a payoff, you make sure that your video has a proper hook. Your video, it can be as simple as a headline, but think about it in terms of the person you're trying to reach. What will they see that will make them stop scrolling? What will they see that will make them not hit that skip button? Right? What will they see that will keep them from swiping you away? What problem are they passing through that you have a solution to? Put that in front. Lead with that. And your videos will perform better. You will get attention, you will get retention, which in other words, they'll continue to watch it, and then you will meet your business goals. So, ladies and gentlemen, with that brings me to the end of my small talk on the evolution of short video, how we came all the way from pre-COVID to post-COVID, and the era of nano branding, TikTok, and short form videos. Hope you guys enjoyed it. So let me know if you have any questions or clarifications that you require on any part of it, and we can quickly take a couple of questions before we call it a day.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Jordan. Like, I really learned a lot, and then I have a lot of questions to ask you personally. I have notes actually, like I've written it down. So my phone, my notepad, and you see, I've been asking, let's have a meeting, let me pick your brain. But now, you see how God is doing things. Now you've given me everything, almost everything that I need. I will soon call you for more. Okay, so for me, I don't know if any other person have question, but let me just go first with my own question. So you've mentioned these short form videos talking about create quality as well as quantity. So, and you also mentioned that you need to understand the platform, understand how people interact on the platform, and create content that basically tailored for that particular platform. So my question is that how do you actually understand? How do you determine the particular kind of content that your audience would actually want to watch?
Okay. How do you determine the kind of so let me kind of break it down. So I mentioned it in passing. The formula I talked about is what TikTok use, right? So what TikTok, because the videos are short, right? The videos that you consume on TikTok and Reels and all that, most of them are short videos. So when the platform encounters you for the first time or you use it for the first time, it's basically throwing spaghetti against the wall to see which one will stick. In other words, it's random, right? So to show you this video, you like it? No, yes. It's almost like a poll, like you're doing a poll, right? You ask people 10 questions, rapid fire questions, right? Do you like this video? Yes, no. So the person is voting by swiping, right? So no, they'll swipe away. Do you like this video? No. What of this food video? No. This gardening video? No. Okay, this celebrity video? No. Comedy? No. This one? No, right? Then they're going to stumble on some that you stop and you watch it. So that's in the voting system, that's a yes. Boom. Okay, this guy likes particular one. Okay, let me see whether he really likes gardening. It will show you another one on gardening, right? And you watch it again to the end. Maybe this time you watch it twice. Say, this guy watched this video on repeat though. Now it has filed some information about you. Now going forward, it's going to be recommending more of what you enjoy. Period. So it's not exactly a question of asking, it's figuring out what you like by observing your behavior. Now, when we bring it down to ourselves as creators, content creators, that's why I mentioned and said you create quantity and quality, right? Don't obsess too much about the quality. I know a lot of people have issues with video. I understand this. I run a video production company. Video production is expensive, right? It is. Unfortunately, that's how it is. It's just expensive. But I know for a fact that a lot of people spend stupid amounts of money creating videos that are a waste of money because they didn't stop to pay attention to some of the principles I'm sharing here with you. How much you spend on the video is irrelevant. You can call a production team and spend 1 million naira on a video production with the best cameras, the best influencer, the best this. But if you don't pay attention to what I just shared with you guys in this session, that video will flop. Your money will go down the drain. The only person that will be happy and smile out is the video production company. They got paid. You won't get paid. Now, if you want to make it the regular video ad, for example, for a brand, a customer, right? The cheapest you get is probably about 50,000 or 100,000. Now, imagine a small business owner who didn't stop to pay attention to what I just shared with you guys. Maybe they had somebody say, this video are working, use video marketing, you will sell more. So they go out, they hire any random videographer, right? Come and make video for me. Of course, the guy will carry his camera, whatever. Unfortunately, this guy doesn't know anything about video marketing. They don't understand anything about the platform. They don't understand how to tailor content and video content for the specific. They don't understand. All they know is just carry camera. They can make very nice, cool videos. They can pan in. They can zoom out. They can use drone and fly. They will come now. They will collect your money, 100K. They put it in their pockets and they will do their thing. They will fly a drone over. They will shoot a video for you. Lovely video. But how will we know whether the video worked or not? Is when the video hits the road. So when you took that video and you now put it online, or you put it in your advert, how many people responded to it? That's the litmus test. So to avoid that fate, what you do, I'm going to share like kind of a let me call it like a blueprint of how I do behind the scenes video content production and testing, right? Thankfully, we have TikTok now, and if you make a pretty good video, now by pretty good video I mean the video is relevant, it follows all the rules on the platforms, and it has a great hook. So I don't know. Maybe I want to promote a church. So let's use a church. So a church wants to do or make a video advert, right? Okay. So a church is a good example because churches solve a wide variety of problems for people. Okay, so now if you want to fail, what you do is just call the first naira. They bring all their lights, everything, light action shoot, boom, 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 they shoot, and then they give you a finished video, and then you post the video, or you put it on TV, or put it wherever. No, what you should recorded it. In other words, what will you at this point in the beginning? What will I say? At this point, what will I say? At this point, what will I be doing while I'm saying this thing? Right? You script it. Now, in that script, you break down the messaging. You start with the hook. What will I put in the first 3 seconds that will get his attention? Okay, we're in church. We're trying to help maybe singles who are struggling with relationships, right? Okay, so we can write a hook. It can be a short video of someone or whoever the spokesperson of the video is saying, "Hey, are you tired of struggling in your dating life, or are you tired of dating the wrong people?" Right? Or if it's about prosperity, I'm saying, "Are you struggling in your finances?" Right? Or something similar. You get? So what I do now, you write paparazzi promotion with this one. You can use your phone or whatever, just do it and post it on TikTok and put a link or something and say, "Hey, if you love to do this, maybe click here." Right? What TikTok will do for you is it will send your video out to audiences, test audiences, and then you can go back later and look at your analytics and say which one the people respond to more. So you can post them all at the same time and then go back and check. So that's a way of testing organically. If you're testing what's it called, using ads, you can put them up on Facebook or in Google Ads, those 5 different variations, and run ads to them, maybe for 1 day or so. Spend some money on it, maybe $1 a day or something, and then after 24 hours, go to analytics and look which one of those hooks. Now you're not doing the full video, you're paying attention to hooks. Which one of those hooks got the most traction? You might find that 1 or 2 of them outperformed the other ones. That's feedback. That just tells you instantly that these 2 hooks are the most salient in the minds of the audience you're trying to reach. So they'll give you a higher chance of success. That doesn't mean you might not use the other one, but prioritize these 2. Now you write them into your script, right? And you make them modular, so you don't just shoot like 1 takes. Then you can record yourself. So let's assume that the video was about an event, right? That's coming up. So you can record the call of the event. "Hello guys, welcome to the event. In this event, we're going to be having speaker, that speaker, this speaker, that speaker, blah 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 blah. It's going to be an exciting time to register of tickets. Click here to buy." Right? You do the call recording of the script. Done. Put aside. Then you record. Remember, you got 2 winning hooks. In other words, 2 beginnings, right? They could be 5 seconds or 10 seconds or 50, whatever. You record them separately. You record hook 1. Maybe the hook 1 was calling out people who are struggling with their finances. Then you record hook 2. Maybe people who are trying to get out. I don't know, get out of debt, or my examples are terrible. But you know what I'm saying? So you have 2 different intros. And then when you make your final video, you make, so video 1, you take hook 1 and the body of the video, and then your call to action. And then for hook 2, your editor will take the hook 2 and add it to the body of the second video. So you end up with 2 videos that are essentially the same video, but they have 2 different hooks. And and then you load them up inside your platform and you run them. Now, what have you done? You've saved yourself a ton of money by not creating an untested video, right? A video that's around a concept that you've not tested, or a video that has a hook that you've not tested. You still spend the same amount of money making that full video, but now you've done it in a smarter way and you get better results for it. So that's how you live. You figure out, try and get as much data as possible before you start the production of the video is the last thing you should do. What you should spend your time more on is the research and the writing. What problems am I trying to solve? Lead with those problems. If you have multiple problems, test the people's response to those multiple problems using other less expensive forms of content. It can be text, it can be organic TikTok videos or reels and all that. Once you've tested them and figured out the ones that work best, then you can spend money and create a large-scale production around them. That's how to guarantee success. I hope that answered the question comfortably.
Yes, that is so. So actually, your last statement, that's so spot on. Like you mentioned that, so instead of me spending I don't know what my users would react to. I don't know what they would actually I'm not really certain on what they'll react to. I'm not certain on how they'll interact with the particular video. So rather than me spending millions of naira, because it's, like you say, it's actually very expensive to get photographers and that will be billing you 1 million, 2 million on one video. So and because
you're not sure the video will work.
Exactly, you're not even sure if people would actually engage with that particular video. So rather than me spending that money, I could create like short form videos with my phone or something else, or probably just some, like if I'm like in my organization, I could use what I have available just to get people to see how people will react with it first. Then I can now use that to know how my long form videos or any other large production videos should go for. That is really, really, really insightful. Like
that is really interesting. Maybe it's one of our states. Then when they play, they not see people selling land. They say, I bet they'll move on.
Yeah, you're very, very correct. You're very, very correct. Like because the video, because this, I don't know how to say, but it was just like what you mentioned right now today, or like everything you said today is just so spot on, because I've actually experienced it firsthand and I could really relate with it. And because while you were talking, before you even mentioned it, the thought came to my mind that if you shouldn't hire a film producer because the person is rated like the top film producer to do the work of an advertiser, because being looked at a marketer, like a video marketer, because video marketing is different from film producing. It's very, very different. But
completely different.
A lot of people feel like, because this film producer is like people know him, he's an award-winning film producer, so that person can actually produce an ad. No, it's different. And ad-worthy content are very, very different from film producing, like when producing films. Is very, very the kind of hook you would want to introduce in a movie. It's not the kind of hook you'd want to introduce in a marketing video. It's very, very different. People don't understand that particular aspect of it. Like I've really, really learned a lot from you. Thank you so much, Mr. Jordan. So I don't take, because if we start talking, we will not end this meeting. So let me just allow everyone to ask a question. I don't know if Marvel has a question. Shoma, Mike, do you guys have any questions?
Yeah, Hello.
Yeah, you can go.
Yeah, go ahead, Marvel. Can hear you.
Jordan, can you hear me clearly?
Yes, you can.
Well, okay, I must say, beautiful session, I must say.
Thank you very much.
So I want to ask, do videos thrive on quality or quantity? First, the reason for this question is, there are some times okay, let me use myself as an example. I've done videos that I put in so much effort and put in so much work and funds, like I invested so much in these videos, and they did not trend. But videos that don't even put in too much effort, sometimes they trend. They do better than, they do more traction than videos that they put in too much work. So I want to ask, I want to be very sure, videos thrive on quality or quantity. When I say quantity, I mean, we have to put in videos out there frequently, whether they are top notch or whether they are just mediocre. Are they starting better
Okay.
quality or quantity? Yes, that's what I want to ask.
Okay, so I'm going to need a little bit more context. So let me ask. So these videos you're talking about, are you referring to organic video content like stuff you post on Instagram, TikTok, or are you referring to like an ad, like a video ad that you want to make to promote maybe particular one-off products? Which of them are you referring to?
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. For context sake, I would say I am a businessman, and whatever video I'm putting out there is to, at the end of the day, generate
Promote your business.
exactly. That's
Okay.
the point. So whether educative,
Okay.
entertaining, whatever the video is, whatever the case of the video may be, it is to, at the end of the day, promote my business. Do you get? So it is literally a business that will promote my video.
Okay. So I'm going to say um, it's a complex question, right? And I'll explain why I answered that way. If you remember, at the beginning of this, when we're in the middle of this talk, I mentioned that you must play on both quality and on quantity, right? Now, by quality, I'm not necessarily referring to production quality, right? So that in my world, production quality is like the bells and whistles, like how fine your video is, which camera lens they used to shoot it, is it 4K video, does it have graphics and motion graphics, right? So all those things are technical parameters that affect the production quality, how sharp the video is, That's not what I'm referring to when I'm saying quality. I'm more referring to quality in terms of the content, right? The structure, the hook, right? The things that are in the video, right? Because relevance is more important than production quality. What that means is very simple. If I had a problem, what's your business? What do you sell? What product or service do you sell? Let's start making it practical.
Okay. So I am a real estate consultant. I sell jobs to.
Okay.
So I'm a dog, and I'm also a shoe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Real estate is a fantastic example to use, right? So let's break this down. Now you're going to make a video about your real estate business. I don't know if you're promoting for. So let's assume you're promoting for a brand. I don't care who the brand, whether it's your brand or another person's brand, right? But you just want to attract customers or potential customers who are going to buy real estate from you. Now, I'm going to give you a shortcut, quick hack, right? The first, what you want to check. Hang on a second, let me pause. Okay. Now, the first thing you do is ask yourself, have you had this statement where they say, when people, how do you say it again now? When everybody zigs, you zag, right? Ask yourself, what do other real estate people who make videos, what do they do? What kind of video content they do? So I'm going to try and act a funny skit now, right? But don't mind me, I'm acting my laugh, but there's a lesson in that skit, right? So tell me if this is a typical real estate video that you guys see online. So you see this guy, nice, well-dressed looking guy, or girl, who's standing in front of a signboard, a very big signboard, right? Nice, beautiful signboard. And on that signboard, they write maybe Ascension Estates, some, and all the paparazzi thing will be on the billboard. And then in the background, my background, you have some terrible looking bare land, with maybe caterpillar and things walking on it. And then the person will stand in front of the signboard, like, hello guys, so welcome to Ascension Estate. As you can see behind me, work is ongoing, and this estate is going to have over 100 plots. So better call now, so we can book a slot. That is typical real estate act. Okay. Now, you know why you guys are? You know why I'm laughing? Is because this is what every real estate person does. And guess what? This is what people in the market have learned to ignore. So, if you notice that pattern, for you to get the attention of the market, you need to zag. So everybody is zigging, they're going this way. So the question I ask yourself is, how do I zag? How do I not look at? Because I don't want. So imagine if you are on your feet and so imagine that a new property just launched. About 100 real estate people are promoting that property, and all 100 of them went to stand in front of that same signboard and did exactly a video that sounds alike. The only difference in the video is the person saying it and the person's name and the phone number, but it's the same signboard, the same empty plot of land. And then people are seeing these videos in their feed, right? So they're swiping. They saw the first person. The person's name is Amaka. Amaka said, "Hi, my name is Amaka. I'm a real estate agent, and today I'm at Ascension Estate." The person angrily swipes away. And then 5 seconds later, they meet Falake. Falake. Hi, my name is Falake. I'm a real estate agent. Right now, as you can see, I'm standing on. So, you think the other wants to stand a chance? The moment you just see that signboard, you swipe it away. So people will learn to ignore it. So what should you do differently? Now, remember I said talk about quality. So quality, it doesn't mean that you can hire. You have your phone with you, right? Sit down and ask yourself, who am I trying to get across to? In the real estate industry, you can essentially group maybe people, buyers in the industry, into maybe 3 or maybe 4, right? Typically, you have the regular buyer who is trying to have something he wants to hand over to his family or his sons. So they're buying for legacy sake. Maybe they want to buy a house and then give to their son, or buy property and hand over. So that's all they're buying. They're willing to use their what's it called, gratuity or pension payout, and just invest in the property and buy. Their motives are different. The reason that those people are buying property is different. They are buying it because they want to have something to hand over. The second type of buyer is who I will call an investor. This person is not interested in for them is money, cash flow, right? Maybe they're okay, they're fine, they have their own houses and all that. But their reason for being interested in the real estate market is to find new opportunities that they can quickly plug into and cash out over the next couple of months, right? Their motives are completely different from the first buyer. The message to them will be completely different. It cannot be that for these two people, you come to them with the same message, that there is property, we're building a new estate right now, as you can see, Ascension Estate, and people are rushing right now, come and buy. It's not possible that message will work. The third part is homeowners. These people are not buying for posterity. They are buying because they are tired of paying landlord. They want to own their first land or their first property. Maybe their first time home buyer or first time land buyers. Their motivations for buying real estate completely different. Their messaging must also be completely different. What do I mean? Now, the investor is driven by profits. The person who wants to leave something is driven by legacy, right? They want to leave something for their children or their progeny. The other person just wants to have something to their name, right? I'm tired of paying landlord, right? I want to see if I can get a mortgage and get a house of my own. So I call that person a homeowner, right? It's the house that they want to live in themselves. So since the motivation are different, I can't speak the message. If I'm selling to the person who is investing, my messaging is going to be about the profit potential, period, and how valuable that place will be to make sure, because the person's goal is to secure their investment. So my messaging will be, this property can help you secure your investment, and in 2 to 3 months it's going to be approximately what this. And for proof, look at these other estates that are here and here. When they launched at this opening price. Today they are now selling for this and this and this. So which means that if you key into this property now, in the next 4 to 5 months, I can guarantee you that you have at least 100% profit on your investment. That's the messaging for an investor. That same land, that same property, to a legacy owner, I won't talk about profit. They're not interested in profit. I'll be saying this is a perfect place to purchase land that you can live for your children. Right? Legacy. Why? Look at the neighborhood, look at the whatever. 10, 20 years down the line, this is where Lagos is expanding to. By the time your children are whatever, right? They're going to, these are the benefits, these are whatever. Appealing to what the person is motivated by. For the home buyer, maybe the person might not really he's not really thinking about who he's living it for or profit. What he's worried about is, first of all, he has a lot of fears. It's the first time they're buying. So that's going to come with a lot of fear, because they don't know anything about the real estate market. So you can come at an angle of educating them. If you're a first time buyer, these are the things you should do so you don't make a mistake and fall into the hand of what they call these people that do land in Lagos. Unfortunately, what they call these guys that harass you to go and buy land without full record.
Omonile.
Omonile. This is how to avoid Omonile wahala when you're buying your first property in Lagos. That's the main. You're not talking about the land, though. You are addressing the issues, the objections, the problems and obstacles that are in this person's front. Or I have a short video I did, or a short course I did. If you're a first time home buyer in Lagos, these 3 or 4 videos will walk you through everything you need to know to show you how to recognize bad documentation. It will show you how to even check the land in Ministry of Lagos to see if it's a home buyer. It will show you how to assess mortgages, if you are interested in mortgage. To show you how to, and you have 4 videos, and you give that. Those 4 videos can be your content. You can put it in adverts. You can put it on your pages. Guess what will happen? If a first-time home buyer comes across that content, because it is high quality, it is relevant. Has nothing to do with the video to show you. You can shoot it with your phone, you can shoot it whatever. But because it is highly relevant, it is solving an immediate problem, they're going to consume the video. By the time you watch your 4 videos, they would have acquired a level of confidence. Now, guess what? When they're ready to buy or move them, actually make that move, it's very likely you are the one they're going to talk to. Not the person who is standing by the signboard and shouting, rush now, call me before we are sold out. Of course, they're not going to go to that guy. At that point, those people are commodities. What you've done is you've separated yourself from the pack and you've created content that attracts this kind of buyers to you. So if you're selling that land, you should have those 3 sets of content, because you're appealing to 3 different kinds of buyers. You're talking to investors and you're speaking their language. What's the language of the investors? ROI, cash flow. Properties in this area generate you approximate cash flow of about 1.2 million a year, which means with an upfront investment of you should have recovered your full investment by the end of 4 years, and the rest are posted on free profits. Once an investor hears that, their ear will do him. They'll be like, this guy knows what I'm talking about. When they're ready to make the move, they will avoid all those ones standing on signboard, and they will talk to you. So that's what I was trying to explain, that it's a mix of quality and quantity. So the quantity part is because of what I talked about, the nano branding. So this piece of content, let's assume that each of these pieces of content that I talked about average between 4 to 5 minutes, or 1 minute or 2 minutes, whatever, right? And they are sitting down somewhere. So let's take a classic example, Instagram. So you go on Instagram, right? Let's say you created this course for first-time home buyers, right? To educate them about everything they need to know about buying a home safely in Lagos and avoiding Omonile Wahala. Now, this your content series is maybe 4 videos. Each of the videos is maybe 2 minutes long, right? Or 1 minute long. You posted them on Instagram, okay? So they're sitting on Instagram, but you need to drive people to go and see them, because people are not going to just wake up and come to your profile and come and see them. So how do you do that? You now create your nano videos, short reels, okay? One reel can be four ways to know fake property documents, and you put it as a reels. So you can do the dancing thing and just point 1, 2, 3, 4, or you talk about it, or what, and it doesn't matter. What's important is a short form video designed to capture attention in those areas. You can put it on you can have one on YouTube, you can have one on TikTok, right? You can do another one if you want to trigger the fear of buying wrongly. You can talk about four estates that were recently destroyed in Lagos. Maybe all these estates that they didn't look at the documentation properly, and they built the estates and sold them out, and then later government now came and destroyed them, right? And then you get clips of those clips of 4 or 5 of those places, get them from the news, edit them together and put it, and say, and then your call to action will be, if you want to avoid this, watch this series on Instagram on how to avoid something like this, and you post it on TikTok. TikTok likes drama, right? So when you see Almo, you now be seeing buildings with bulldozers pushing them down, and people crying, right? That's dramatic. Now, one form, if a home buyer who is thinking about buying a house in Lagos sees that video and sees the call to action, your call to action is offering them free content to avoid a problem like that. Then from there, they're going to click and come to Instagram, watch your entire series. Now, what have you done? You've attracted them with your TikTok content, put them to Instagram, they consume more content. Now they're starting to trust you a little more. And of course, you have other pieces of content here and there. Eventually, you're going to get someone call you, hi, I saw your video on this, it was a nice one. I really learned a lot about documentation and all that. Are you guys, do you have any property you're selling right now? And then you close your sale.
Thank you very much, Jordan. Thank you, Comfort. Thank you for your time. Really, we appreciate you. So I think we all know that this is where I'm into real estate, just like mom. So we know that this has been like one of the toughest things. How do we tap into the potentials online to make money? I think that's the easiest. If it was online market, it was probably have the most responsible government. So this just helps us. We don't get a store or get an office. You can run your business easy. And then also the algorithm. I know that I heard when you mentioned it, but I don't know if you can just touch on it a little bit again. I'm very sorry that I'm taking you back there.
Okay. Okay.
You feel? Did you get that?
No. Take that again. I kind of missed the last thing.
So what algorithm or some platform? Because sometimes you post stuff, I feel invincible. Feel like you're shadow banned. There was a time I think shadow banned me, because I was commenting too much on gay activities or something. So they shadow banned me, and I felt ready and they should leave the ban. I don't know.
Okay. So if I understand you correctly, you want to spread some light on algorithms, right? And algorithms for some of these social media platforms.
Yes, please.
And video platforms that we use. Okay.
Exactly. Thank you.
Now the algorithm is a very it's a word, full of good word around. but the way they throw it around, it confuses more people. It's a very technical word. It just refers to a set of instructions that's given to a system, right? For it to produce a specific goal. That's all an algorithm is. Now, to make it very easy for you and for anyone else who might be wondering what this algorithm, think of it like a conductor or a driver in a bus, right? The owner of the bus, in this case, Facebook or Instagram or TikTok or whoever, tells the conductor or the driver and the conductor, on your goal, your assignment is simple. Drive everybody in this bus to Oshodi. Anybody that is in this bus that is not going to Oshodi, kick them out. Anybody that causes trouble on our way going to Oshodi and makes police stop us, kick them out. Anybody, just all I want is get this boss and the occupant to Oshodi. That's the same way algorithms are given a goal. And the goal of an algorithm is to keep users of the platform happy so that they can stay longer on the platform. If you understand this, what I just said now, you will never have a problem with the algorithm. I'm going to repeat it. The goal of every social media platform's algorithm is to keep the users of that platform happy so that they can stay longer. So by staying longer, I mean per session. So if the person opened up the Instagram app now, right, the algorithm will start counting. How long can I keep this person on the app, on this app? Open now, swipe. So all those times that you open up your phone and then before you know, you say, let me just check one or two posts, and then before you know it, 2 or 3 hours has passed. And then when you drop the phone, you look at your time, like, oh my god, I've been swiping for 3 hours. That's the algorithm working very efficient. The only reason it was able to accomplish that was because it kept you happy, entertained, and you stayed, and you didn't pay attention to time. So in the algorithm's books, he got it well. Now guess what? The content that the algorithm uses to accomplish its goal is not created by the algorithm. It is other users' content that the algorithm tailors and uses to keep users like you happy and on the platform. How does it do that? So if it takes content from person A and it shows it to you, you swipe that way. Content from person B shows it to you. You enjoyed it. In fact, you watched it 3 times. And then it showed you content from person C. You swiped away. Guess what? It's not going to show the content from person A and person C to you again. It will try somebody else. You know why? It doesn't want you to swipe away. If you swipe away too many times, you might get upset and you leave the app. So I want you to put yourself in the picture of person A, B, and C when you're creating your content pieces. Ask yourself, you know, the user you're looking for is on that app. If you're looking for a real estate buyer, they are on the app. Ask yourself, what kind of content will I create that will make a potential real estate buyer happy to stay on the platform consuming that content and forget that time is passing? If you answer that question, you saw that algorithm. Don't worry about all those shadow bans and things. Sometimes they can temporarily penalize you for doing things that they don't want you to do. But other than that, but to stop yourself from being invisible, you need to create your content, think like the algorithm. So what that means in practical sense is, if you think like this, your content creation will change. You stop being lazy. You stop not respecting people's time because you know every second counts. You stop wasting time with frivolity. So you're making a video, you want to spend the first 5 minutes, the first 10 seconds introducing yourself. Like I said, introductions can be added later. They're not, your introduction is not the most important thing in your video. Hi, my name is. Skip it. You can add it at the end. It's very important to you that people know who you are. You can add it at the end. You can also overlay it with text. You mustn't say it. You can just put it there. Some people come out with your name on it. Focus on the content and its relevance to the person who is consuming it. What content will make that person happily sit down and forget time and be consuming that content? It has to be relevant, it has to be valuable, it has to be entertaining. So if I'm going to talk to them about real estate, what's the boring way to talk to them? The what I just explained. Every video you post, stand in front of a signboard and say, hello, it's your girl again from so real estate. Today we're standing at Ascension Estate. As you can see, the plots are fast going. If you are not, you yourself who creates that kind of videos, you're not going to sit down and watch those videos like that 2 times in a row. If that's the kind of video they served you on Instagram, you'd have left Instagram since. So why do you think someone else will come and sit down and watch that video? So first you think out of the box. Okay, I want to announce a property that was sold. What other way, what other angle can I use to make it exciting? Okay, you have to think. Where is property located? It's around there. Is there any crazy thing that happened around there before? Is there any landmark that is interesting to people around there? Is there any trending news that happened in this area? Is there any interesting thing about the property, about the benefit of, it forces you to think. So you don't just do cookie cutter approach, just lazy sit up and just to give somebody hold my phone. You just stand. Hey, today we are there. It will work. Tell me why. For example, make a video. Don't even show the signboard. Just show yourself and say, today I'm going to show you if you not bought land and you are I'm going to give you 4 reasons why you should buy land before you're 30 or before you're 40 or before you're 50. Why you should buy land in Nigeria before you're 50. You've done your research. You give us the content. 4 reasons why if you don't own land. Everybody who doesn't own land yet will pay attention. 4 reasons why I must own land in Lagos. They'll stop and listen to you. At least everybody who doesn't own land yet, they're going to stop and listen to that. Or 4 reasons, or how land can, you think of the people who are going to watch you, think of what they're looking for, then think of how what you're trying to sell will help them solve that problem. Now, when you do a video like that, 4 ways, then at the end of the video, you can put a call to action. Hey guys, if you enjoyed this video and you're interested in getting land, I have a fantastic offer for you. Call me or click here or go there. They mustn't show you on the land beside the signboard for the land for you to sell. It's not necessary. Right? So that's how the algorithm works. So ask yourself, the algorithm will be your friend if you are working with the algorithm. So the question is your content helpful to the algorithm? Is your content helping the algorithm keep people on the platform? If it's not, I'm sorry, the algorithm will never show your content. And then the second thing I want to add to that is, besides the content itself, you must also master the art of distribution. Distribution is how you make sure that your video gets to the intended recipient. Now, for many of us, I know everybody here is not marketing expert and all that, but what we typically do is we create content and then we just post it on our Instagram profile, and then we go and sleep. And after 2 hours, we wake up and come and check it and say, only 2 likes, ordinary 2 likes. All this after everything I start to post it. Yeah, Instagram, for example, as a platform, does not show how many first question you ask yourself, how many followers do I have? Instagram shows your content. If it is interesting, shows it to about, I don't know what the number is now, but it used to be about 5% or so. 5% of the followers. To show it to them when you posted it. Also note that when you posted it is important, because if they're not on the app, Instagram can't show them. They won't see notification. So if you're not paying attention to things, that's why I said understand the platform. So if on your platform you see some analytics that your followers are mostly online by 6 p.m. on Mondays, then post by 6 p.m. on Mondays. What that means is the algorithm now has the opportunity to show that platform to the 10% to see how they will react to it. So if you show if it shows your video to 10% and none of them watch up to 5 seconds of the video, guess what the algorithm is going to do to the video? Just me or archive, because you can't use it. It's looking for content that people watch. Now, your video might be important. The caveat to that is, if your followers are not targeted, what I mean by targeted is, you didn't grow your account on Instagram, for example. Many of us started out with old account. So your account will have family and friends, your old schoolmates, So they're not really your target audience. So they can, once in a while, they can leave 1 or 2 likes, they encourage you and all that, but they're not your target followers. So they might not be interested in real estate property. Every time you post a video, they will see it too, but they won't touch it because they're not interested in real estate. And then you'll be crying, my follower. If that's the case with you, then you need to go outside from the circle of your followers, right? And start to reach target people. What that means is you need to start to run ads, or you need to start to learn how to use hashtags. You need to start to learn how to use reels. Reels will put your content in front of strangers. That's the way reels works. Posting on the feed will put your content primarily in front of your followers, a percentage of them. So if you don't understand the difference between these two, you post on your feed every day and wonder why you're not getting views. Your feed, percentage of your followers. Your reels, your followers will see it, but a huge percentage of strangers will also see it, because reels appears in a format like TikTok. So the algorithm is testing to see whether people interact with the content. So it has to be interesting. If people don't interact with it, that's an indictment on you. The algorithm will not show it again. So have that at the back of your mind. Am I creating the kind of content that the algorithm can use to keep users on the platform entertained, informed, and am I distributing it properly to make sure it gets to the target audience? Things like adverts will help you, because with adverts you can actually narrow down who you want to show your ad. A simple example will be, let's say you are selling property. Both of you guys, Marvel and Trevor, you said you put out in real estate. Now you have a huge number of Nigerians in the diaspora. That number is growing by instead. Every year the number probably doubles or triples. You know which countries they are in. They're in Canada, they're in the UK, you know where they're going to, they're in the US. So take that piece of content, not the boring one, the interesting one, the informative one, the valuable one. Put it in the video, go into your Instagram or Facebook ads and target Nigerians who are in the diaspora. They're very easy setting. There's a setting actually in Facebook, in the ad manager, that allows you to target expatriates who are in other countries. So if you choose Nigerian expatriates who are in other countries and then you choose your location as Canada, it's going to show that video to Nigerians who are in Canada. If I choose Mexican expatriates who are in UK, it will show that video to Mexicans who are in UK, and then you talk to them. Give them the value straight up. Tell them, this is the best time to buy property in Nigeria. Now that dollar, did you check what dollar is last? Dollar is whatever. It means a property of 20 million that would have cost you, maybe, I'm just throwing numbers now, they're not accurate. So a property of 20 million or 30 million that would have cost you before $2,000 will now cost you only $1,500. So this is the best time. So even though people in Nigeria are shouting that dollar is going up, this is the best time to invest in your first real estate. And you are sending that message to a Nigerian who is in Canada. who hopefully has gotten work and is saving small small. Of course, you're going to be interested. Opportunity to buy property back home. I hope that makes sense and I hope that clarifies and answers the question.
Because one more so than how do we make use of I don't know if you have the time to do that. How do we
How do we
make use of hashtags on Instagram?
hashtags? I'm not
Don't know.
exactly a hashtag expert. Uh, I'm not exactly a hashtag expert. But the hashtags are essentially, I don't want to be talking to one. I'm not, like I said, I'm not an expert. So if the expert that Comfort can recommend, that what I have is a basic knowledge of hashtags. But I know that hashtags are used to categorize the posts, right, that you put up. So if you can figure out a way to find hashtags that people congregate on or gather around. For example, let's say you're a real estate seller, right? You should have hashtags that do three things. One, geolocate you. In other words, tell people where you are, right? So those are where you see tags like hashtag Lagos, hashtag Lekki Lagos, right? Hashtag Lagos Realtor, right? It's talking about location. So if people see a post, for example, or people are searching for realtors in Lagos, that hashtag will pull you into that classification, right? You should also have hashtags that talk about your profession, what it is that you do. So like Lagos, realtors in Lagos, or real estate in Lagos. So it talks about your business or your niche. Then you should also have hashtags. What's the third one? We talk about hashtags that identify your location, hashtags that identify your niche. And then you should also know the hashtags that your target audience uses, or hashtags that they like. Alright? So you have to find a mix of this audience, of this hashtag. So it's not just all your hashtags can be about nothing. So your location should be captured in the hashtags. What you do should be captured in the hashtags. That's your niche or your industry or the service you offer. Then the hashtag should also capture who you're trying to reach, or the hashtag that you're trying to reach. But don't spam the hashtags, because like I said, Instagram uses hashtags as a form of classification. So if my content is about fish and I put hashtag fish, when the algorithm checks it, check the hashtag, check what the content, what's inside, and trust me, they can do it now. AI can read video, so it's not a big deal. They will match it together. But if my content is about chicken and I now want to put hashtag fish, when the DC checks it, it will block me from that hashtag, because that's what you call shadow ban. So when you type that hashtag, you will see your content there, because you are misusing the hashtag. So think of hashtags like communities, right? Think of them more like communities. I think that's the most powerful way, from my experience, that I've learned to use them. Think of them like communities. So by the time you start to build out your content and get followers or whatever, build them around the community. Maybe give them, I don't know what your brand name is, but give them like kind of community, so that people learn to associate value with that hashtag. I'm going to give you a practical example. There's this lady on Instagram I follow called Everything That Art. She's a Nigerian, I think she's in the US or something. So right now, when she started posting, when she first came on the scene, she used to post like talk about art, appreciating Nigerian art, and also helping grow content creators. So now people have now come to associate that hashtag Everything That Art with valuable content. So randomly, someone can just say now, just go into, let me see what's up with this hashtag, and just type it in, blah blah blah, and you are going to see a powerful post. You're going to see something encouraging. You're going to see an opportunity, a job vacancy, something that will help content creators. So that's what I mean by community. So those types of hashtags are more powerful than just picking random hashtags that nobody owns and trying to use them to, trying to shoehorn your content. So that. Alright, but you can find that tons of hashtag experts online. that you can find who can give you like more specific hashtag strategies. But what I'm just telling you is like basic stuff. Right?
Thank you very, very much.
Okay, let,
Yeah.
let me let me add to the hashtag part. Like you said, hashtag is more like, yeah, look at it from the point of community. So what I do basically when it comes to hashtag is that when you're, let's for example now you're creating a content for real estate, like let's say land that is being sold at Ibejuleki, like you mentioned that you can put the location if you want to, you can put what that particular property is. Let's say for instance now if you're selling a house, you can put hashtag houses in Abidjan, hashtag houses in Lekki, hashtag houses in Lagos State. You could even tag hashtag
Okay.
landlord in Lagos. You can even tag hashtag landlord
Okay.
in Nigeria. You could even put hashtag Nigerians in diaspora. Basically, it's basically who do you want to see your content? Who do you want to see this content? There's an existing community of these people.
Yeah.
There's a community of these people.
Yeah.
These people, you know that people actually follow hashtags, like the everything are art,
Yeah.
right? And people
Sure.
follow the hashtag. Hashtag has now become more like a community right now that you can follow and you can see
Sure.
content from those particular hashtags. Sometimes you see it on your feed. You'll not see the person's handle, you see hashtag something, but and there's a post on it. You can like and you can follow and you can engage with all those contents under those hashtags. So you could just look at it that okay, who do I want to see my content? As much as you're planning or okay, how you want to your target persona, look at it from your hashtag. From you're also going to use that target persona on your hashtag strategy as well. Who are those people that want to see my content? Who are they following? Where are they? Are they under hashtag real estate companies in Nigeria? Like for example, now if a video marketer now is creating a particular ebook for real estate companies, you want to most likely want to put hashtag real estate companies in Nigeria or hashtag real estate agent or realtors, because those are the kind of hashtag real estate. Because these are the kind of people. These are the kind of hashtags that these people would most likely follow, or these people would most likely use in their content. Because you see a lot of realtors, they follow hashtag real estate in Nigeria, hashtag real estate companies. Realtors follow that hashtag. If you see that hashtag, you see a lot of realtors following that hashtag real estate companies in Nigeria or hashtag properties in
Exactly.
Nigeria. So you have to understand where are my people? Are they following this particular content? What are the kind of content that they are feeding off from? So and what category would you place that particular content? Like when you mentioned that if you are using the particular hashtag now, let's say you're doing real estate and you now put hashtag fashion house, you most likely may not get the kind of people that will be interested in your product because it's actually not unrelated to the kind of content that you're pushing out. And if I go to those hashtags, if I'm seeing something different from what I usually see on this particular hashtag, I most likely just skip it because most likely you're spamming that particular hashtag with content that is unrelated to
In
that
fact,
particular hashtag.
you're going to be sticking out like a sore thumb. If you check that
Yes,
page where hashtag show up, right?
yes,
If let's say you type in hashtag chicken, if you
yes,
say chicken,
yes.
then in the middle you now see one somebody selling house. You don't be like nonsense.
Exactly. And then I also have something to add concerning the algorithm. Basically, a lot of people are afraid of this algorithm. It's not there to haunt you. Like algorithm is actually for you. If you're using your social media, you're posting your video, you're posting your content, and it's not receiving the traction that it's supposed to get, know that you're not getting something right. That is basically to tell you that something is wrong somewhere. You need to do more work or you need to create more content. Like let's take for algorithm is not there to let you know that it's not there to like cause you not to get following or not to or to reduce the number of traction that you get. It is to let you know that you are not providing the kind of content that your users need. You are not meeting your users' need. So if you have a huge following and then you see just one comment, you have like, let's say for example, you have 1,000 followers and you only have one likes. That means the remaining 9,999 people do not enjoy your content. Now going to like understand your audience, understand the people that your followers are on your page, people that are coming to your page.